Yo, what's happening, Keyboard Lounge? I'm here for another video tutorial. This tutorial is on the Yamaha Motif ES8, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the pattern mode. Um, and right now we're actually on the voice mode right here. All right. On the romantic piano, but we're going to go into the pattern mode. All right, and I'm going to just show you a little bit of some of the things that you can do in the pattern mode. But before you go to the pattern mode, you want to try to well, let me start this off. If you want to save your the things that you do on a Yamaha Motif, you have to put like a flash thumb drive in here, and this thumb drive is actually a 2 gigabyte thumb drive. If you use anything more than 2 gigabytes, it's pretty much not going to work. So right now, about now times, they are kind of hard to find. So you're going to have to kind of look pretty hard for it, because of course we know that they're coming in 16 gigs, 64 gigabytes, some now 120. I don't know if they're up to 512 yet. I don't know, but you're going to need no more than 2 gigs. All right, so you go into the pattern mode, but before you do that, you want to press File, okay, and then what you want to do is, okay, I'm already in that mode, but before I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it off, because I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on, because I want you to see how it's going to look when you first start it off. All right, turn it off, let it reboot, turn it back on. It doesn't take long unless you got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Okay, ES8, of course, it's going to load to the full grain. All right, now, so pattern mode, boom, go to File. Okay, it's gonna say either card or USB. Of course, we're in the USB, so you want to go to the direction keys and hit 1 for USB. All right, so there's USB, and so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to load, which is F3. All right, and so now you're going to take your dial and you're going to go turn it till it gets to pattern. All right, and you know, these are patterns, not songs, patterns that I have created in the Motif, but this is how you would do it. Actually, let me load one up in pattern mode. All right. Okay, so push that in. I actually haven't even named this yet. Okay, so it's letting you know that it's loaded, it's completed. So you take it off a file, you go to pattern, and that's it. It's loaded. Let me just push play on here. I don't know if you can hear that. And in the pattern mode, let me show you how many tracks we have here. There's actually 16 tracks, but I've actually only have I'm using 6 tracks on this one pattern. All right, and these tracks are in, as you can see, there's a 5 count. It's going to go all the way up to like a 16 count. All right, or actually 8 count, because that lets you know what it is. Okay. All right, and then it starts back over, so it loops, you know, it loops around. And some of the tracks I have muted. You know, you can mute the track, you press the mute button, and you mute the track, but you have to be off of the mixing mode. So when you go into mixing mode right there, you can't mute certain tracks. So when you press pattern, back to pattern, alright, and you can unmute some of your tracks. So 2 is the bass. Alright. And then 1, I actually have 1 as the drums. Alright, and I've got a couple of guitar sound in here. This is actually keys, but you won't hear anything because that'll be me playing live, you know. Oh, and before you do that, go back to mixing mode and make sure it's on the actual track that you want to play. See how I had to, see that's the guitar, GT for guitar, back to keyboard. Alright, so I'm in keyboard mode. So it's more, don't forget, you gotta take it off of mixing so we can unmute some more tracks. There's another guitar sound we have in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And I did all these tracks individually, you know, played one and played the other. Now I'm about to get the strings in. All right, so that's a brief description of the pattern mode. All right, going at 86 beats per minute. Amen. 4x4, starting over, you know, the 8 count. So the 8 count loop, you know, and I mean, I'm saying this is just skimming the surface, you know, just skimming the surface. We're getting more into the groove, more into the tracks, more into the patches, you know, more into the remixing that has no data on there right now. Yamaha Motif ES8 pattern mode. Alright, so I'm going to try to set up a series of tutorials for each and every aspect of this board. Starting off on the pattern mode, then I'm going to try and move us to the song mode and the performance mode. Alright, so just stick with me, comment, subscribe, like. Keyboard Lounge, we out.